That's that classic right there. That's that Tina Marie will always be a legend. Up next, Diana Ross, Muscles. You want to try the lyrics version. Mm. For about for about 4 hours. How you doing, Ronnie? Hey, come to me. Mm. How you doing, Ronnie? Oh, I'm listening to Diana Ross. Diana Ross's Muscles. Yep. Diana Ross will always be a legend. She'll always be a legend. I want masseuse. Mm, that's how you do a song. That's how you do a song. So I'm just waiting for Mike to get on here. Alright, sending him the link. Just sit back and relax. Yeah, he did. He did. Oh, fun fact. He also produced Eating Alive, the song Eating Alive. Yeah. Also, Ronnie, Michael Jackson also produced the song Eating Alive with Diana Ross. But I can't play the song. But I can't play the song because of YouTube. Oh, what's it called? What's the movie called? Yeah, I can't play the song because YouTube. I don't want you. I do not want YouTube to block this live stream. Oh, you people. I haven't seen that. Never saw it. Like when it comes to Eddie Murphy, I'm more Doctor Doolittle, Shrek, or even Nutty Professor. That should have been a cartoon series, if you ask me, because it has potential to be one. Right. Yeah, that should have been a cartoon series. That could also be a good idea. Like, why make Nutty Professor a cartoon series? Because it has everything you want in a cartoon. It has like slapstick humor, toilet humor, very funny jokes. I mean, the whole movie is a car. I mean, the whole movie is a cartoon, and I'm not gonna lie. Buddy Love look fine. He is fine. Too bad he's an asshole. Hey Ronnie, uh, have you seen the movie Forrest Gump? I know Forrest Gump. I know Forrest Gump. That's I mean, everybody knows Forrest Gump by now, Ronnie. Like everybody knows who Forrest Gump is by now. But yeah, but it's a very good film. It's a enjoyable film. Not the greatest thing in the world, but not it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's enjoyable for what it is because it does have its flaws. But any movie has flaws, strengths and weaknesses. Well, it's good. It's good. You have it on DVD. Oh, speaking of Tom Hanks, have you seen the film The Green Mile, Ronnie? Yep, Stephen King. Stephen King. The one Stephen King movie that I really love is Stand by Me. Stand by Me. Because let's say if me, Try, Reg, and Eric were like, if we were in Maine, just walking on the railroad track, four besties, finding a dead body. Yeah, me, Try, Reg, and Mike. No, me, Try, Reg. Yeah, me, Try, Reg, and Mike would would have gone on a little adventure in Maine to see a dead body, to find a dead body. How would that turn out? Yeah, I know Marvin Gaye. Everybody, everybody know. Of course, I know Marvin Gaye. We all do. We all did. Rest in peace to him. Like, give me what's going on. Give me let's get it on, which has been played a lot on commercials. Or give me sexual healing. That's a that's a banger. Sexual healing. Speaking of Marvin Gaye, tonight when I go to bed, I'm going to listen to his album. One of his albums, and it's not gonna be like I'm gonna listen to one of his albums. It's not gonna be what's going on. It's not gonna be let's get it on. I might do. I might listen to. I'll listen to Hear My Dear or I Want You. What do you think, Ronnie? Should I listen to based on the four albums? Do you think I should listen to which? Which do you think? Which album do you think I should listen to? What's going on? Let's get it on. I want you or hear my dear. What's going on? Okay. Speaking of which, I remember playing that playing that album before. Yeah, I remember I remember playing that, album before when I was playing, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And speaking of that, at I think one time at speaking of that, one time at work, they play that song too, at time at one time at work, when I was at work. And they also played and today Marvin Gaye went yeah. What's going on was a political yet also social album. That was his what's going on was Marvin Gaye like that was Marvin Gaye that was Marvin Gaye's Rhythm Nation before Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation had been released. Like that was Marvin Gaye's Rhythm Nation. That's how I describe what's going on. That's like his Rhythm Nation since both albums were very social and political. Yeah. That was his answer to Rhythm Nation. Oh, and speaking of on Word, they also played Can You Stand the Rain by New Edition. And I was like, wait, that's New Edition? Wow. Wow. Marvin Gaye Marvin Gaye went sexual on Let's Get Yeah, he did. He did. Similar like you know what? There's a lot of similarities between What's Going On, Rhythm Nation, and Let's Get It On and the Janet Period album. You know why? Because What's Going On and Rhythm Nation were political and social, whereas Let's Get It On and and the Janet Period album were more sexual. They're a lot. They were more focused on intimacy. So I can really see the similarities. It's crazy. It's crazy, magnificent how I can see the similarities with those with those four albums respectively. What's Going On in Rhythm Nation being more about world issues. Let's Get It On and Jenny Period were more about sex, but in a way that was more organic and in a way that was more organic rather than gratuitous. He also went sexual on a yeah. You know what? You know what? Tonight I'm gonna do I Want You. I'm listening to the I Want You album tonight, and then probably Hear My Dear tomorrow night. What's Going On Wednesday night? Well, well midnight, midnight. Well, tomorrow. Well, today at midnight, I'm listening to when I'm going to bed. I'm listening to I Want You. Then tomorrow midnight, and then the next midnight, I'm listening to "Hear My Dear." That sound like a good idea because he has more than one classic. He has more than one classic. But but I gotta say this, that Tyra Nicholas situation, that was crazy. Like, really crazy. Being beaten up by 5 police officers, all of them were black, to the point where he was calling out for his mom to save him. Then he died in a hospital with injuries. Yeah. Rest in peace, Tyre Nicholas. You know what? They deserve them 5 police officers, they deserve to get fired, and I'm glad that I am so glad they got fired. They got arrested and charged because y'all supposed to protect humanity. That's the main job that a police officer should do, is to protect humanity from danger, and yet you're the one who created the danger by being stupid. They deserve a death sentence. Mm, not yet. Let's give them. Well, I already said I'm glad that they got arrested. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I'm glad that they got arrested and got fired and they got charged for murder and assault. But imagine, I could just hear the conversation with their boss at work. I bet the boss was really pissed at that. Like, really, really pissed. Took their hat away, removed snatched their badges off of their uniforms, and just, yeah, that was a really crazy scene that they've caused. I just can't believe that 5 police officers, all black, and they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Like, you saw him, like, begging for his mom, trying to plead for his life, and yet you wanna take but yet y'all wanna go extra. It just shows you that not every police officer is fit to do their job. Hold on, George Floyd. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, yeah, forgot. Yeah, yeah. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank goodness. 20 so like Marvin said, war is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. Yeah, pretty much. Those are true words. And the officer who murdered George Floyd, his name is Derek Chauvin, and he was a white Minneapolis police officer. And thank goodness the judge sentenced him to 22, and thank goodness the judge sentenced Chauvin to 22 and a half years in prison. Thank goodness. Black lives do matter. Not trying to be woke, not trying to be woke, but black black lives do matter. But every lives do matter. Not trying to be woke here. I'm saying this because police police officers, they have the right, their rights, their mission is to protect humanity. Their main mission is to protect humanity from crimes, from death, from murder. But no, then you have then you have these type of police officers who would just abuse their authority, and just do something and just do crazy stuff. It just shows you that some people aren't fit to do their job. They're not fit to do their job. Yeah, yeah, stop the black on black crime. Like stop on any crime, Ronnie. Stop on any crime. Not just black on black crime. Stop on any crime. Whether black, white, Asian, Mexican, you name it. Especially if it's especially if it's the innocence. Right. Some people aren't fit to do their job. There's a lot like you got good people, like genuinely good people, and then you have the ugly. Like for example, um Joseph Barcy, the father of Judith Barcy, who died in 1989 by her father. It was a double murder suicide where he shot his daughter when she was in bed, shot his own daughter, his 10-year-old daughter, and then he shot his wife, burnt the house down, and killed himself, committed suicide. And the new family that moved into the Barcy house, they felt like they felt like a haunting presence within the home because of the dark past. Remember the movie Do the Right Things? But yeah, everybody knows that film. Do the Right Thing. Everybody knows that film. Everybody knows Do the Right Thing. Now that's a very social film. That's a very social film. It's just that you just got a lot of ugly people, like a lot of ugly people in the world, and not ugly. If I mean by ugly, I mean terrible people. Like you killed your own daughter. You killed your own daughter because she was more successful than you, and you felt jealous, and also like you were jealous, and you felt threatened by her success to the point where you shot her, shot your wife, and then you went and burned down the house, and then you committed suicide. That's one thing I don't like. I mean, I do not condone suicide whatsoever. I mean, if people have a reason, like I just don't condone suicide. I just don't. I do not. I do not condone suicide. If I mean, I don't condone it, but it must come from like empathy. Like, take for example, Mary Kay Bergman. Like she felt the voice act like the original voice actor for Wendy from South Park. She committed suicide in 1999, and when that happened, everyone felt sad because she was a very sweet lady. She was a genuinely sweet lady, a genuinely nice person. When that happened, everyone was saddened. Rest in peace to Mary Kay Bergman. Another one, Phyllis Hyman, who also committed suicide. Rest in peace to her. Like it just shows you that the depression and suicide ain't no joke. Sorry about that. Oh, oh, hi Taylor. How you like my drawing of Jonah and Hazel? I like them. I even like like them on Twitter. Nice to see you, Taylor. Or the fierce apathetic, apathetic black queen. I was watching Family Matters. I was watching Family Matters. Yeah, that's a very good show. Very good show. Yeah, I love Steve Urkel. Everybody loves Steve. I love Steve Urkel. He's like the funniest character in that series. You watched the movie Megan? No, I haven't seen Megan. No, I never seen Megan. So much good show. Fresh Prince, my favorite black sitcom, Fresh Prince. There you go, Fresh Prince. That's my favorite black sitcom. Even though there are many black, but that's one of my favorite black sitcoms is Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Harry on a Hook is after Rainbow High. I, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's Harryana. I'm done roasting her. I'm I'm done roasting Harry. I mean, 1 hour. I mean, Harry on a Hook. Oh, I, I'm not surprised. But but Taylor, have you seen the Velma show? The new Velma show? Because when I saw it, like I never seen the show, thank goodness, but I've seen people react to it on YouTube, and I don't blame them for hate watching that abomination of a show. I do not understand what Mindy Kaling was thinking. Not that Mindy. No, yeah. Mindy Kaling. Yeah, that that right there is woke as frick. Like they turned Velma into this. They tried like one thing I don't like is that they tried so hard to be the next Daria, even though Daria at least had a main character. Like yes, Daria was cynical. Yes, she was snarky, but at least she had a heart. Not Velma. At least Daria, the show had heart. Daria had heart, not Velma, not the show Velma. Like they turned Daphne into an Asian woman and a mean alphabet stereotype, and she's a drug dealer. They turned Shaggy into this beta male, but Fred was the worst of them all. Like they turned him from a lovable himbo into this this insecure teenager with a small penis, and they referred to his small penis throughout the show, and it's freaking weird. Yeah, Shaggy is Norville. Shaggy is Norville. Oh, speak. Oh, oh, do you want to hop on Taylor? Because I got I got another friend who's who's gonna come and join us too. All right, just a little. All right, I'm gonna send the invite. Okay, I sent you the invite. Now I'm gonna tell Mike. I already sending you the invite. You just hop on.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, doing good. Oh, nice profile picture. Is that Nagatoro?
That's the anime one. I was buying the anime one.
Oh, for some reason, it looks like something from Miss Nagatoro.
Oh yeah. Is it just a different pic?
Oh, yeah, I've seen your drawings on Twitter. They look interesting. They look cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, yeah, but that Velma show,
Fuck Velma. I'm at the Velma Mindy Kaling show.
the show Velma, they did everyone dirty on that show to the point where it's not even funny.
Uh,
And you know what? I don't blame them. Know what? I don't blame that. I don't blame them at all whatsoever for the people who are reacting to the show on YouTube. I don't blame them.
yeah.
Like they turned Velma into a Daria without like they turned her into a
You
Daria.
mean the bisexual Daria from Indian
Yeah,
American version?
yeah, Indian American Daria. At least Daria. Okay, at least yes. I understand Daria is cynical and snarky, but at least she has a heart. The show like Daria has heart. The show Velma doesn't, and it just shows you that Velma is the reason why modern entertainment is trash because of stuff like this. They try they try so hard to be like this edgy, hip type of adult cartoon, and it's just not working. It's not working. But the
Yeah.
worst thing, yeah, huh?
Just a song. So.
Yeah,
Oh, this. Oh, go ahead.
but the worst thing they done was to what the worst thing they done is Fred.
Oh fuck no! They just made
They
Fred a white foolish white boy.
yeah, they turned Fred from this lovable himbo into this insecure white privileged teenage boy with a small ding dong that they referred to throughout the whole show.
Oh god,
And I'm just
that's
and I'm just like, how is that funny? Like, how is that funny? And the
yeah.
whole yeah, and they turned Daphne from a pretty athletic
Redheaded
prone
white girl into the Asian
an
lesbo
a
mean girl.
yeah an Asian an Asian alpha bitch who does drugs.
What's more funny about this? They made Velma a fucking mean girl type.
Like
You know, freaking mean girl
Daphne,
type, and she has two moms. Like
yeah, like
that's just cringe.
Like, Daphne is still pretty. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, Daphne is still pretty, but it's her overall personality that's not pretty. And
Yeah.
yeah, and another thing about the show is that how they treat Velma. Like Velma from the original Scooby Doo, where she was like a very smart, very nice, but had little snarky moments, but her sarcasm was more playful. And not to mention, for a nerd, she's gorgeous.
Okay.
Like she is gorgeous when you actually see her. Like she is gorgeous for a 15-year-old. Like she is gorgeous. And I'm not saying this to be a creep. I'm saying this because that's how the show Velma sees her. Like the show sees her as someone who cannot be herself. And when you watch the show, she screams, "I'm not like other girls." Like she will put down like she often puts down girls who are naturally prettier than her. And and I'm just like, is that your this feels like a fan fiction off of Wattpad
Yeah. It's feel
or
like
or
it's feel
4
like the
or 4chan.
it feel like her freaking out at Mindy Kaling's um some fan fiction when she was a teenager decided to making Velma a black girl in high school. I'm
like
at South Asian girl Indian, South Asian Indian in high school herself.
like I don't mind. Okay, self inserts can be done well if they're handled well, but I'm just like, that's how you see yourself, Mini Kaylin. Not trying to be not trying to be a dick here, but wow, that's how you see yourself.
I mean, it would be better if she made her own animated show. We just not gonna avoid. I mean, it would be better if she made an anime show. We get her a pass, like a parody version, and we'll move
Yeah,
Scooby Doo elements and Scooby Doo characters off of it.
yeah,
And of course, she does put in our childhoods to to fall into a baseball bat. Just
uh
baseball
huh.
batting our childhoods.
I'm telling you.
Oh, speaking of it, did her Harry on Hulk made a video about, do you really care about South Asian representation? Has a thumbnail of Velma. I
Rainbow
mean,
High,
maintaining Velma.
yeah, Rainbow High, yeah. I
No,
don't,
no, she made. I always send you a Twitter. Look,
yeah, Rainbow, yeah, it's the Rainbow High. I'm not
that's not.
surprised. Wow, I'm not surprised at that.
Oh, for me, I'm not a Wayne High person. Like I'm only a kid. My cousin's wife, Wayne High,
Oh, sorry.
hilarious to go after them.
Sorry.
Huh?
Nothing. Um, I'm not surprised at that. What you expect?
That was why. Yeah, that's funny and thumbnail.
Like people have reasons why they don't like the show. Look, race swapping is the least of my issues. My issue my issue of Velma comes from the execution of the show itself. Like, look, Scooby Doo did went okay. Scooby Doo had went down a darker had went darker and more mature with stuff like Zombie Island.
And don't forget, Supernatural has some darker themes.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember Supernatural had a crossover with Scooby Doo. I remember that, and Zombie Island as well, and don't and Mystery Incorporated. Like they did went down a darker direction.
Oh yeah,
So
love Mystery Incorporated.
so with the show Velma having a much darker, more adult approach to the Scooby Doo lore, on paper, the concept sounds interesting. On paper, it sounded interesting. Like the concept of the whole show of Velma going down like the show going down a much darker path, a much more adult path. That would have worked. That could work, and I'm not mad about that because Scooby Doo went down a darker path. But my problem with the show is the execution of it.
Heck, it would be more better if Velma has an animated show like anime or animation, or make it more darker element like drama. And let's just say, okay, let me make a story about Velma, which real true Velma. Let's say she lives in a town that you know she has original Scooby Gang, set somewhere in the 90s or 2000s, where you think it. So she's gonna just searching about the mysteries about the disappearance of her dad, who is a scientist who went missing, and Scooby the Gang and decided to searching for her father. Scooby the Gang were being taken away by some mysterious spirits. Now Fama, this turns out some ghost hunter, and that could have been work.
Yeah, that could have worked. Like I do remember they make comics of Scooby Doo comics as well. Like one of them was Scooby Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scooby Apocalypse. Like yeah, Scooby Doo did went darker. like Scooby Apocalypse, where everything where the gang, is on the brink of extinction, like like apocalyptic, fiction, like that could work for the Velma show, but the problem is the execution of it.
Yeah, I mean, hell, there's our childhood's gone darker. Take TNT Last Woman. Like, you got, spoiler, you know, Michelangelo will be the last survivor going forward darker and do see depths. I couldn't imagine Scooby Doo going to have a balance show you want to see depths or see some gruesome stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah, like that's my main issue is the execution of the show. Like they turn every character they turn every character from like lovable heroes and just to like show the
Can't do it.
show the other former selves. Like Velma is no longer like the sweet, naive, like the sweet, intelligent, um, a little bit
Smart
sarcastic.
geek girl. Smart geek girl.
Yeah, to a snarky. Now look, I
Geek.
enjoy sarcasm. Like I enjoy sarcasm, humor, so sarcasm when it's done well. Like I do enjoy sarcastic. I do enjoy witty humor if it's done well. And Velma is known to be like one of the wittiest of them all. And but the show Velma, like they portray her snarkiness as a way to make herself feel better. Like my whole problem with her character is that she acts like she's better than she acts like she's better than everybody because she's plain, because she's like ugly, she's plain, she's like that, she has that I'm not like other girls energy to her when she's like putting down like girls who are much more like who are naturally born who are born naturally prettier than her. Cough 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 Daphne.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that mentality that she has. And not to mention she's also very mean. She's also very mean to Norville, who is Shaggy, by the way, because in the original that's his real name, Norville.
Wait,
But they call him,
Saggy's real name is Norville? I don't know that.
yeah, that's Shaggy's real name, Norville. Norville
Really?
Shaggy
I didn't know
Rogers.
that anyway.
Yeah,
Then
but
that's
in
what
the original,
we saw him then. His real name.
but in the original, Shaggy was more like Shaggy was like the quintessential stoner. You can tell him by the mannerisms, the way he says like, but he's a lovable stoner because he does care for his friends. He does help save the world from danger, and he's known to eat a lot, which is his main which is the main trait that him and Scooby have, is that they're big eaters, which I can relate to. But with the show, with the new show, they portray him as a beta male. That's
Yeah.
how they portray him. They portray him as a beta male,
They turned him some kind of fucking, some
a
kind of
simp.
black stereotype. Not like he was just acting stereotypical. Like he was selling drugs, become a drug dealer. That's compared to African American or black people stereotypes. They turned that stereotypical a little bit racist. Just like they just made some fucking races of white people and for every character to be race swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. But they just turned to they just turned him to a simp, and not the good kind, a simp. But compared to Velma, Daphne, and Fred, he's like the least toxic out of them all. Like he's like the least toxic, the least toxic. Even though he just gets into he just gets into situations that are far beyond his control. But still, I just don't like how they turned Velma into this like walking fan fiction, this walking YA fan fiction, where she has to be better than these other girls because she's not like, oh, I'm not like other girls because I'm plain. I'm not pretty. And heck, even the very first episode showed her, her being insecure, so she has to like pretty herself up just for validation. And look, people have insecurities. Okay, I get that. People have insecurities, but Velma just makes it. But Velma just try to make it out like she's the most important person in the world. And no, and I'm just like, no, the world does not revolve around you. It doesn't. And another complaint that people have is the sexualization of the sexualization of.
Cartoon girls. Yeah, it's funny. It's this came from the West because you got a bunch of woke SJW lefties at TIPA members always fucking don't like
Sexual,
anime titty girls.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, anime does the same thing too with sexualizing underage girls, teenage girls who are under the age of 18, mind you. Like all the characters are under the age of 18. Like Velma is 15, Daphne, like in the original Scooby Doo, Velma is 15, Daphne is 16, and Shaggy and Fred, they're 17, almost 18. Yeah, Shaggy and Fred are 17.
Yeah.
Canonically, so Velma, they're in high school. Like they're in high school. All of them are in high school. All of them are 15, like 15 years old. I mean, it's not something new. I mean, we have films, shows, anime that sexualize teens. I mean, there was a whole movie called Cuties.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah,
No.
sorry, but I had to bring that up because
It-
that's
you-
that
you-
that movie sexualized underage girls too, and not just teenage girls, but preteen girls.
God,
Yeah, we all
please don't.
know. But can you at least like if they're going to make like look, we've seen adult shows where they sexualize, they put kids and teens in like in like weird situations. Like I mean, I don't mind nudity if it's done, if it's not sexual. Like I don't mind kids or teens bathing as long as it's not sexualized. Like if it would if it was just normal bathing, like them bathing in the bathroom, if it was just normal bathing, that's fine. Just normal showers, that's fine. But not sexualize them. That kind of ruins your agenda. Yeah. Like if they want to make an adult oriented cartoon, like an adult animated cartoon, they could have at least used adult characters. Like I
Yeah,
know
I
that.
mean, yeah, I mean, you look at teen movies. You probably look at the actors and actresses in their 20s. Yeah,
Yeah,
that kind of reminds me of their why they're in their 20s. You know, you want to have a sex and you meet people in their 20s. Then
yeah. Um, it's called. It's called Dawson casting.
What's Dawson casting?
Dawson, it's a trope. Um, the Dawson casting is where they cast people in their like people who are fresh out of high school, people who are in their like in their early 20s, you know, that look like teenagers, but they're actually like adults in their early 20s. Like for example, Euphoria. In the show, Rue, Jules, Cassie, Maddie, Kat, they're all teenagers in the show. In real life, they're adults.
And first reasons why
Like
casting.
Zendaya, she's 26. Yeah,
Oh,
Zendaya in real life, Zendaya is 26. In the show, Rue is 17. Euphoria.
oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
Euphoria.
Sorry.
Yeah, Rue is 17 in the show. Zendaya, the actress that portrays Rue, is 26. That's Dawson casting. Is you're taking people in their early 20s and you put them in roles for that are suitable for a teenager. Because I think the reason why because people in their early 20s, they do look like teenagers. They do look like they came out of high school because they were fresh out of high school. So that's a
Yeah.
so
Here's
yeah.
the funny here's the funny thing. When I was drawing my characters, they're in their twenties. They're in their twenties. I just treat them like they're in high schools. Like I was watching American movies and shows when they twin in their twenties. Like I would design them when they're in their twenties, and the main characters were mostly two main characters were in their twenties. They're like coming from high school,
And
like I would imagine it.
college.
Yeah,
Sort of college age. Another one, Rent a Girlfriend. Well, Rent a Girlfriend. That's an anime, but Rent a Girlfriend. How do you feel about that anime?
I didn't watch the anime. I just heard about it.
Oh yeah. I should sorry. I just seen clips of the show on YouTube. Like it's it's I mean it's cringe, but it's fun cringe. That's how, like yeah, it's fun cringe. Like it's cringy, and people love to hate on the main character Kazuya because you know he's like this spineless simp. But imagine being in his shoes where he just got dumped by his ex girlfriend out of the blue, and he has to like rent out Chizuru, who is the rental girlfriend, and yeah, they and so yeah, he basically he's trying to make up this lie saying, "Oh, this Chizuru girl, she's my girlfriend," just to impress people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole show. It's just so just to impress people. But
Well, I had to go. Well, it's getting late, so sorry. I'm out of this room a little bit, so
all right.
a little bit tiring. Are you tired too?
No, no, not yet.
Okay.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on another friend to come. On, the stream.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see you next time. So thanks to join me.
You're welcome.
Join your stream. So see ya. Peace out here.
You're welcome.
This is Spears Everybody Black Queen signed out here.
Signing off. All right. Yeah, so Mike is gonna come once he. I think he's at work. Is he at work? I think he is. Yeah, he's gonna come. I already sending him the invite, so yeah, he's gonna come. Do 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 do. Hmm. I'm not surprised at that. Hey Rodney, give me some old school recommendations that I could listen to besides like 90s and 80s. Give me like 70s and 60s music. Hmm. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching that tidal wave. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching that tidal wave. Sitting on the dock of the bay, Wasting time. Just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching that tidal wave. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I mean, miraculous, miraculous Ladybug. I don't care for that show. I I I could care less about that show. Yeah, Otis read it. There he is.
Yo, what's good?
Doing well. Just got through talking to a friend of mine.
That's good.
Yeah. But that Tyre Nicholas situation, that was messed up.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
And what's
But
fun? And what's funny is that it was one of our own doing that.
hmm?
I said what was funny is that it was one of our own that was doing that. That's what makes it worse.
It was
So this
five.
is the new police brutality.
Yeah, that's police brutality. Five black officers.
Yeah.
Black. I'm glad that I'm glad they got fired from their
Yeah.
job because if imagine them like imagine if they still kept their job despite what they done.
Oh, hell with a buck loose.
I would have. I was so glad that I'm so glad that they got fired, or arrested, and charged because
Yeah,
imagine their boss being pissed
easily.
or their family members because they do. I'm pretty sure they have family members members that were pissed off too that happened. First with George Floyd, and then with Tyron Nicholas. It just shows you that some people aren't fit to do their jobs.
Easily.
Yeah, like the whole point of being a police force, excuse me, is to protect humanity. And yet those four officers, they went beyond. They went. they just went the wrong. They reversed that and just chose brutality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ronnie said, "Dope video that you did on Tyre Nicholas yesterday." By the way, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks, Ronnie. Yeah. If you
Like,
haven't checked it out, you can check
also
it out.
give credit to Reg and Tra and Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just messed up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
know reckless. I know, like, I don't condone reckless driving, but what I don't condone the most is murder.
Right.
If it's justified, I can let it slide. If it's justified, if
Mhm.
it's not, then no.
Yeah, Rayshawn, if you haven't checked out my video, yeah.
Oh, oh, I'm about to.
But yeah, like fuck. It's it's just crazy. It's crazy the type of world we live in. And then, it's just sad. It's sad because, that was one of our own, and it's like, I don't know, to me, being arrested and charged, to me, not good enough to me. I feel like they should get the death penalty. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I
that,
mean, yeah,
and that goes for any officer, white, black, whatever. Like, you do that, yeah, not good enough.
yeah. Death penalties. Yeah, death penalty. Yeah, the death penalty. But I'm just glad that they got fired and arrested and charged because,
Mhm.
ooh wee, that was a doozy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure their families, the officers' families, are really pissed at them. I'm pretty
right.
sure. Not pretty sure. It's obvious.
Oh,
It's pretty obvious. You can clearly hear the conversation.
mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. So rest in peace to Tyre Nicholas. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Like, they did not deserve that.
Right. I agree 100%.
Mm. Yeah. But on a lighter note, but on a lighter note, um, I know I keep talking about I know this I mean the show is still new, but if if the show Velma was done by different people, would you still do you still think that the show would still keep that darker edge to it?
I feel like yes and no, because it depends. Like, if they knew, like, the history of, like, the Scooby Doo, like, franchise or whatever, if they would have kept it, like, simple and stuff like that, then yeah, they could get away with it. But in this generation, like, I feel like this generation wouldn't really appreciate it, like, too much. I don't think, or they would. In other words, they would probably protest and say, "Well, this show is too dark for kids." What I mean? Like, I feel like it's just everything now is just too woke to me. You know what I mean? Like, comedy movies, or
Hmm.
like action movies, and like even these cartoons, The Simpsons, Family Guy. You know,
Yeah, The Simpsons, they went woke as hell.
yeah, and it's like now what happened to the humor that you could talk about anything freely without being offended. Now everybody's being offended over stupid stuff. A lot of people's offended over stuff that happened several like decades ago.
Several
And
years ago.
yeah, and it's like, all right, it has, don't watch it.
If you don't like it, then don't watch it. That's
Exactly.
simple.
If you don't watch it, if you don't like it, don't
Um,
watch it. If you don't like but then y'all promote all these rappers that's out today, all this music. Y'all don't say shit about that, but y'all say shit about the music. I mean, the stuff that's being brought out. Like, to me now, I feel like everything that people bring out, especially music, it's like a product. It's like a product that you send out there. It's not really natural. Like, it's appealing to the crybabies. It's appealing to the people who, it's just appealing to a generation that don't know any better.
yeah, pretty
Now,
much.
yeah, now it's just, and yeah, I get tired of some people. They call themselves movie buffs, but um y'all don't know Steven Spielberg's first film. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and I get tired of some of these music, these hip hop heads and stuff, and y'all don't know who Nas or
they
DMX is.
like they act like they know their hip hop, but they don't.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't look. I don't mind Velma, like the show Velma having a darker approach because, like I said, Scooby Doo went darker when they did Zombie Island,
Mm-hmm.
and but that's where they were putting their feet in the water,
Yeah.
seeing what they can do. Because when you think of Scooby Doo, it's like here's the formula, like here's the formula, like the kid, like the teenagers, Shaggy, Scooby, like no Shaggy, Velma, Daphne, and Fred. They go and just hunt monsters, and they they revealed the monster. It was actually a hoax, but in Zombie Island, that is where they put their feet in the water, where they had monsters,
Right.
actual monsters, and it was still for kids. They still have that lighthearted tone, but it was darker because the perils felt real. Like the situations felt real. Like you actually felt like they were about to die.
Right.
And then with Mystery Incorporated, that's a different with Mystery Incorporated. That's like a darker take on a Scooby Doo franchise too, and the super in the supernatural. Don't forget the supernatural show had a crossover with Scooby Doo, and so I don't mind the show Velma having a darker approach because it
Mm-hmm.
could work.
Yeah.
It could work. Like on paper, it's not a bad concept on paper,
Right.
but the problem is the execution of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main problem. Like they're trying so hard to be the next Daria,
Oh Lord.
and at least with Daria, like the main character, like with Velma, the main character of Velma, they try to make her so hard to be. They try to make her so hard to be Daria, even though like Daria in her own show, like yes, Daria is cynical. She's snarky, but at least she has heart. At least Daria, the show has heart.
Mm-hmm.
Velma doesn't. That's the problem. Velma, the show doesn't have heart. It's just every character is just spiteful, mean, just weird. It feels like a fan fiction. That's how I see it.
Right.
It feels like Mindy Kaling's fan fiction.
Right.
And, and here's the thing: you can make an adult show like an adult cartoon where the characters like are much more nicer, are much more sympathetic. They don't always have to be rude and mean and just nasty to each other all the time because that's not what adult cartoons are all about. Like they don't excuse me they don't need to have all this excessive amounts of gross out humor, all this sexual jokes, all of this adult, all this profanity. Like no, there are adult cartoons that are actually down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like King of the Hill, for example.
Yeah.
Like that one, like that show was down to earth.
Yeah.
But made that show different is that the characters were more like the characters were flawed, but they were much more nicer. In this case, Hank, Bobby, Luann, her her boyfriend, I think her boyfriend, the redneck one,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to an extent Peggy.
Yeah.
But look, when it comes to Peggy, at least she's a better mother than Lois.
Oh God. Yeah.
Even though like even though she does have an ego, like yeah, she does have an ego. She does overreact to things. She is naive, but
Mm-hmm.
compared to other mothers like Lois from Family Guy, at least she's a lot better as a mother, a lot better because she does care for her family. Whereas
True.
Lois would just don't give a damn.
True.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you can make an adult cartoon without being too being too like gross, too mean spirited, to like all that.
And then King of the Hill, that was like a lighthearted, like
It's lighthearted, like it's lighthearted, but there are times where where it gets dark.
and yeah, that is true. And then plus two, you have Mike
Like
Judge as a creator, which I mean, this is the same person who did Beavis and Butthead.
yeah, there
So
were yeah, King of the Hill can get pretty dark at times.
yeah.
Like heck, they had an episode where a character gets killed.
Oh wow.
Huh?
Oh wow.
Yeah, King of the Hill. Like they had an episode where a character where a character got killed for real on the show, got killed,
Wow.
which is not something new. I mean,
Yeah.
Simpsons did it too.
Yeah.
South Park did it too. But the
Yeah.
thing with South Park is that it was more satirical
True.
because Kenny dies. Like that's where like because when the show because Trey Parker and Matt Stone they originally wanted Kyle to die because Kyle was so similar to Stan
Mm-hmm.
because both are like but as the series progressed Kyle developed his own personality whereas Stan was more he was more down to earth, he was more chill, he was more that everyday dude.
Right.
Like he does have a like he is intelligent, but
Mm-hmm.
he's more like that chill dude. Whereas Kyle is more like like Kyle is the most intelligent, but he's the most moral of them all. But sometimes his morals can be a bit skewed.
Right.
Yeah, showing you that he's not perfect by any stretch of the means.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with South Park. Like in South Park, it works because the whole show's a mockery of the world itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like they offend everybody in the book, no matter who it is, whether it's like social activists or atheists, pedophile priests, you name it,
Mm-hmm.
because they expose the flaws within our society by using satire
Right.
as a means to show the flaws within not just us, but humanity. Show the flaws in humanity, but in a comedic light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and even though they had like, and even though they did do PC, at least they were mocking PC.
True.
They were mocking it, whereas the Simpsons were not mocking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean Lisa Goes Gaga, where pretty much that ruined Lisa's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Simpsons, that show should have been should have ended a long time ago.
Agree. I mean,
Yeah,
it had been on since 1989. If you want to go further,
yeah,
1987 because they was on Tracy Ullman and
yeah. Tracy Ullman show. Yeah.
yeah, and then now it's like now it's just what more can you do? Like
What
have
can you do? The show's dead.
have them age.
Like the Simpsons dead. Family Guy's dead. Like that show been dead for a long time.
And then what's funny is that Julie Caver, who voices Marge, her like voice is not the same anymore. Like she can't do it like she used to. Like you imagine doing it for like 20 some odd, damn near 30 years of that
Yeah,
voice and other voices. It takes a toll on your voice box.
yeah. Because Marge's voice is very raspy.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the way, how was your day?
It was good.
Hmm.
It was pretty good. How about yours? How was your day?
It was very good. Busy,
Good.
busy, but it was good.
That's good. I hear
They
you
were
on that.
playing music in at work. First they played "Can You Stay in the Rain" by New Edition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they played that. And I was like, wait, that's New Edition? I'm like, wow. That
Yep.
got me
That's.
pumped up because I love New Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like anywhere from like 1983 to like even like you know really 1983, 1985 or like 86. I think to me that would stay like golden years. But like the late 80s stuff was solid too.
Hmm. I adore like their songs.
I do
I
too.
adore their songs.
I do too.
Like, and then tonight I might, well, when I go to bed, I'm gonna listen to some Marvin Gaye
Mm,
when I go to bed.
yes.
I Okay, out of the four albums, which do you think I should listen to during my sleep? What's Going On? Let's Get It On. Here My Dear, or I Want You.
Shit. What's going on?
All right. So next midnight is gonna be Let's Get It On.
Mm-hmm.
That and that other night will be Here My Dear, and the other night will be I Want You.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
choice. You know.
Because I want to get more into like them old school, like not nothing against modern music. There are modern music I love. Like I
Yeah.
like there are modern music I love. Like I love
Mhm.
Alicia Cara's music. I do love Janelle Monáe's music.
Yeah.
Like I do love modern music too. So don't get that wrong.
Yeah. No.
It's just that the old school music has that flair.
Thank you.
it had that flair, that funk, that
Yeah.
flair, that energy. Like think of Paula Abdul's music.
Mm, 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 mm.
Like she may not have the best voice, but at least like there are songs that where her voice do shine, like Rush Rush.
Oh, that's my favorite.
That right there, that's where her voice shines.
Yeah,
Even
that's
even like in the chorus.
yes, that is my. I love the music video because the chemistry between her and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it was inspired by the film Rebel with a Cause.
Oh wow!
Rebel Without a Cause.
Wow.
Yeah, that was from her Spellbound years.
Jeez,
But my favorite Paula Abdul video is the "My Love Is for Real" video.
I gotta watch that one.
That is fire.
Yeah.
But you know I can't play it because you know YouTube
Yeah. Yeah.
they're straight with copyright. So,
Right.
but it's YouTube. It's YouTube
Mm,
today. YouTube, not what YouTube used to be, where we could just be free with what content we put out,
right.
as long as we restricted it. But still, but moving on. But Paula, but that video, "My Love Is for Real" Miss video, that is fire. That's fire.
Hmm.
Like it sounded like when you think of Paula Abdul, you can think of her like her music are very energetic, very lighthearted, very like a go like very poppy. But with this one, it had that dark feel to it, like a more darker sound to it. That's what made that what made it very different. And the whole Middle Eastern theme, love it,
Yeah, I agree.
love it. Paula Paula Abdul, she just gets shit on a lot,
She do.
huh?
She do mainly too for her personal life too.
Yeah, like like she's a very good choreographer.
Yes,
Like that's hard to do.
I agree.
Yeah, that's hard to do. I mean, cold-hearted snake. I mean, imagine how many times they did that to cho- choreograph that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, like that would be hard to do. I mean, I mean, there are singers I listen to besides Janet. Besides Janet,
Right. I agree.
yeah, like give me Tina Marie. That's an underrated artist.
Yep. Tina Marie's
Give me
really.
Tina. Give me Tina Marie. Give me En Vogue. Give me
Ooh.
Jade.
Oh yes.
He'll give me a bit of. Do you like Black?
Who?
Huh?
You said who?
Black.
I don't know if I heard any of their songs.
They're known for songs like 808,
Mm-hmm.
Bring It All to Me. Like basically they're dollar store. Basically, it's they're TLC light.
Mm.
TLC light. Like if you know TLC,
Yep. TLC. Yep.
black. The like a dollar store version of TLC.
I need to listen to their stuff. That it sounds familiar.
Yeah, black. Like they're known for 808,
Mm-hmm.
Bring It All to Me, I Do, As If. Like yeah, like they're like yeah, they have very dope singles,
Yeah.
but their albums weren't well received because you know they saw like Black was when people because Black they were more like very like cliche type of songs. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to they're trying so hard like to be obviously be the next TLC.
Right.
Yeah. There'll only be one TLC, and that's TLC. Recipe Piece of Left Eye. It's not the same without Left Eye.
Right.
Now it's TC. Like give me SWV, give me
Ooh, that's W.
Destiny's Child, 3LW, like give me those people.
Yeah.
Like or if you want to go all the way back, Diana Ross,
Mm-hmm.
um Sheena Easton.
Stephanie Mills.
Yep. That song, Sugar Walls, fire. By Sheena Easton. That song, Sugar Walls,
That
that is fire.
good one. I first heard that show. I was watching an episode of Soul Train. It was showing like old episodes of Soul Train on during the weekends, and
Yeah.
I heard that song. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good song. And I think Sheena Easton. I think she was performing.
Yep. You can tell her and Prince had history.
Yeah, Sheena Easton. I like Sheena Easton. Her stuff's pretty funky.
Yeah. Wow. Like it's Prince got some like his albums all the way till all the way to the Gold Experience were masterpieces.
Yeah.
But the masterpieces I know of are Purple
Mm,
Rain, 1999, Dirty Mind. Um, but my favorite one, Love Symbol.
yeah.
And there were no songs were fillers. All songs were there were no fillers on that album.
Right.
No skips. It was all beat after beat after beat after beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my favorite songs off of the album, Seven.
Yeah.
And then the Gold Experience, that's another favorite of mine. After the and for me, after the Gold Experience, that's where he kind of fell off a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
after the Gold Experience. That's how I see it. That's how I see his classics. Like from his very first album all the way to the Gold Experience. Those are when he was in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with those singles like Soft and Wet, Do Me Baby, I heard those songs off of the Prince the hit side song the hit side CDs.
Right.
Yeah. And when I was young, I'd be blasting those CDs on the karaoke.
Mm. Yeah.
It just shows you my love for Prince. Yeah.
There's a song that I really love, and it came out around like 1993 or what I think 1993, whatever. It's called Pink Cashmere. That's like one of my favorite Prince songs of all time.
Love that one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Like it's very calm,
Mm-hmm.
and it ends with a rock solo.
Yep, the rock solo was good
Mhm.
too.
My favorite one, my favorite Prince. He has so many songs, but my favorite one would have to be "And God Created Woman."
That's a good one.
Yeah. Like you can tell like the when he did Love Symbol, like it has that fantasy type of feel to it.
Yeah,
Because you can tell like some songs felt fantastical, like Seven, like it had that fantasy feel to it.
right.
Like that's how I look at it. Like that fantasy religious feel to it.
Hmm.
That's spiritual feel to it.
Right.
Because I can, yeah, Prince Prince was Prince was very spiritual. Like as he as sexy as he was also very spiritual.
Yeah.
And God created woman, and God created woman was very spiritual.
Yeah.
It's basically like telling the story of Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Mm. But I love the intro. But I love the intro to that song. It goes like this, like dun 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 dun, like that.
Yeah. That's a good song.
Like that is haunting,
Yeah.
hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse, I never really got into like that. Never listened to it like that.
She got some dope hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is F Me Pumps.
Hmm.
Like the beat is the beat is so good. Like the song is so catchy too. It's very catchy,
Yeah.
very catchy.
You have Alexander O'Neal.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has some bangers. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah. Yeah, he just got so many bangers. It's hard. It's just hard to even pick. Similar to Michael Jackson, like there's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
So many to choose from.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Oh, I know another good artist, Bay Davis. Bay Davis.
Oh, Betty Davis.
Yeah, not the actress, the singer.
I don't think I've
Yeah, not
li-
the actress Betty Davis,
I don't think
the
I,
singer Betty
I
Davis.
don't think I've listened to his stuff. I don't think. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. What is she sing?
She's known for Nasty Gal.
Uh huh.
He was a big freak. Like songs like that.
When
Like
is
very even for even for even for the 70s, like very sexual,
huh,
but with class.
right?
What's another one? Patti LaBelle, of course. Can't forget the Queen, Patti LaBelle, and
Taylor Bell.
Aretha Franklin. Always be Queen.
Yeah.
Do you like Yolanda Adams?
Yolanda Adams. Um.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
Yolanda Adams.
Yeah. Yeah. She's solid.
Huh?
Yeah, she's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mary Mary and and Reg's favorite gospel artist.
Mm.
Well, Kirk Franklin.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's Reg's favorite gospel
Oh Lord.
artist, Kirk Franklin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try's favorite artist, Try's favorite rapper, Nelly.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree Nelly's not the greatest rapper in the world, but he's a fun rapper. That's all I see. He's just fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Same thing with Shanti too. They need to give that. Do you think Ashanti's underrated?
Slightly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
slightly now.
I mean, she is well known in the music industry,
Yeah.
but I feel like sometimes, like some people don't really give her that much credit
Yeah.
or that much recognition. Like, but she do got a sweet voice.
Hmm.
Like, "Foolish" is still one of my favorite songs from her.
Right.
Like, just how like it's very haunting. Like the everything about their song really sticks with you. It sticks with you.
Yeah. I agree.
Another underrated one, Debbie Gibson. That's underrated.
Oh yeah.
She's under slept on today, but in the
Yeah.
'80s she was popular.
Oh yeah.
But it's when she got older. Some people started to lose interest in her, and I
Yeah.
but which is a shame because she was so popular in the '80s.
That is true.
But now she slept on.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean she even writes her own songs.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, that shows you the level of commitment.
Yeah. She writes her own songs. She produces.
Yeah. What do you think of my house review?
It was good. I actually liked it.
Yeah,
I came in right. I came in at a good time. It's actually a good review. Actually.
yeah, yeah. That's a very like house Japanese the Japanese house not the '70s the '70s film. That film is very like it's very good. Like it's very good.
Yeah.
The way it balances both humor and all the crazy stuff, like the humor and the horror, but it's done in a childish manner
Hmm.
because of the special. Like when you look at the film, like it's very like the film, the special effects feel like it feels cheap. Well, not feels it looks cheap because Obayashi wanted that perspective of of a child's imagination.
Right.
It's like you're venturing into a child's nightmare. If you've seen the film, like this is the film House, not the '80s version. This is the '70s version.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
Yeah.
Like very surreal. It's
Hmm.
very surreal. Very in your face.
Yeah. It looks out there.
Hmm?
I saw the trailer. It looks out there.
Yeah, it's very trippy, and that's what Obayashi was going for. Like
Yeah.
that trippy. feel to it.
Hmm.
Like some scenes are very trippy. Like that right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Japan. Like that's what I love about Japan. They're not afraid to
Hmm.
go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how Obayashi also incorporated a lot of World War II experiences because he grew up during like the bombing of Hiroshima,
Yeah.
and he used those elements as a way to tell the story of this old woman who was a relic of a darker past, who was also born during during the war,
It's
and that's how I see the film. Like the film, the whole theme of the film is marriage,
right.
because without giving much away, like the reason why the old woman is doing the things that she's doing is because she's jealous of the young girls, because Gorgeous and her friends, yeah, that's their names, because
Mm.
Gorgeous, the characters name, the girls' names are Gorgeous, Melody, Fantasy, Mac, Sweet, Professor, and Kung Fu.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's like a Japanese version of Snow White,
Right.
because each character in Snow White is based off of their personality.
Hmm.
So yeah, and the reason why the old woman is doing the things that she's doing is because she's jealous she's jealous of the fact that these young girls, they don't have like the same tragic experience that she faced.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she's spooking her granddaughter and her friends when they when excuse me, when they stay with her at her house.
Hmm.
So basically, so in a way, she's romanticizing youth. Like she's craving for youth.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So she's very resentful because the aunt, gorgeous just aunt, she's resentful because her granddaughter and her friends, they're youthful, they're more beautiful than her, they're more they don't have like the tragic experiences that she faced, and
Mm.
so she pretty much feeds on these girls because she wants, like basically she wants to obtain beauty, or basically obtain beauty. So the point is the girls are unwed.
Right.
Yeah, they're unwed.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's like the whole theme of the film is marriage
Oh wow.
through this like surreal, trippy, um childlike art
Hmm.
style that they're going for.
Mm.
And here's some gifts. Like very freaky imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Japan.
Yeah. I could tell.
Like WTF Japan.
Yeah.
WTF.
Yeah.
That's what I love about them. Like it's a horror-y. That's how it is. It's a horror-y.
Wow.
Mixes both horror and comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also in the and brief history of how, so basically Toho, the the Japanese film company,
Mm,
They wanted a film that was similar to Jaws,
really?
and but with Obayashi, who is known for his very surreal art, surreal filmmaking,
Mm-hmm.
like he made the film House.
Yeah.
And what's different about that film was the title, because when you think of because when you see Japanese films, they're known for their Japanese titles,
Right.
but when they get transported to America, they get translated to their English title.
Mm-hmm.
But with House, it was just an English title in Japan. Like in Japan, it was just referred to as it was just referred to as House with the English title.
That's
And
crazy.
they find it and they felt it was a bit taboo because in Japan the it was only it was always a Japanese title for their movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like but I feel like as people say it's like it's titled House. It's for people to remember it easy because House is
Right.
a very easy title to remember. So when the film came out, a lot of people in Japan received like it received negative reviews,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of negative reviews, and it was kind of swept under the rug. But as years go by, it's already gained a lot of positive reviews,
Wow.
a
Wow.
lot of positive reviews to acclaim, and then it went to the Criterion Collection.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still an underrated film in my book. It's still underrated because no one really talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very interesting film. Like
Yeah.
if you look past like the haunted house story, like it is a haunted house story, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of depth to it.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm. Interesting.
yeah, it's a very interesting film. Very freaky, yeah, freaky, humorous, weird, yes, but that's what I love about it.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's
wow.
not afraid to go there.
Yeah, it's not afraid to pull no punch. It's pulling no punches.
Yeah, like because it feels like a kid. Like when you look at the film, it feels like a kids show. You're watching a
Right.
kids show,
Right.
but when it goes into the craziness, it feels like you're watching a kids show with
Mm-hmm.
blood and with like not overt bloody, but just blood. Like it's not overtly bloody. It's like I'll say campy. It's campy
Yeah, it can't be. There you go.
because the young girls, the teenage girls, they were amateur actors, so
Mm.
they really had no experience with acting,
Wow. Yeah.
which 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 emphasizes the campiness of the film.
Exactly.
With the exception of one, her name was the one of the actresses one of the actresses name was Kimiko Ikegami. Yeah, that was her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kimiko Ikegami. Yeah, Kimiko Ikegami. She played as gorgeous, so she had experience.
Right.
And Yoko Minamita, she had experience too.
That's good.
Yeah, she played as the aunt. She played as the aunt in house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they had experience where the others were just amateur actors,
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes too.
and and for me that's why the film works
Right.
because it has that Scooby Doo feel to it.
Right.
or not. Well, not Scooby. Well, Scooby Doo. Well, not. Well, I wouldn't say Scooby Doo. I'll say like it has that evil, Evil Dead 2 vibe
Mm-hmm.
to it. Like, because with Evil Dead 2, it was also a horror
Yeah.
where they combine elements of comedy and horror, and it feels like you're watching a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, so let me ask you a different question.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you How do you feel about Sophia Coppola?
As a director, she's really good, but as an actress, she's horrific. And it is not one movie that she has done acting wise that she gave up a great performance. I like Sophia Coppola. I like the fact that she's taken after her dad and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she has good things she's sticking to directing. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, her acting in Godfather 3 is not her fault. Because the story behind that was Francis Ford Coppola. He threw her in at the last minute. She didn't want to do it, but originally it was Winona Ryder who was going to be in part 3, but she felt sick with the flu, and she was sick and she was overwhelmed because she was doing like 3 movies, two other movies at that time. So, mind you, she just wrapped up Heathers, which was a year before. And I think she was trying to shoot. I think she was trying to, um, I guess, shoot that and a couple other films, try to work her way around it. But two, she didn't want to do all that traveling either. So that's why she opted out, which I don't really blame her, but she would have been a better choice. But then, um, Bridget Fonda, she was another choice for it too, which I thought she would have been, but she had like a semi small role, so that's how they picked Sophia Coppola. But it's like at the same time, yeah, her acting was horrible.
That's well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
Now, I know Sophia Coppola, like she get like some people are mixed with her. Some say that she's a good director, but as an actor,
yeah,
she feels a little wooden.
oh yeah,
Yeah, she does feel a little wood. Like some people do say that she's feel a little bit wooden
yeah,
with her acting. I mean, she was only a young girl when she was starting The Godfather Part 3. Not that I've seen it, but
right,
and I don't plan to.
yeah,
But if I want to go for a good actress, like a very good one,
mm-hmm.
besides Betty Davis, who like Betty is a very good actress.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, she's a very
yeah,
very good actress.
I
Recipe
agree.
to Betty Davis.
Yeah,
But if I'm pick a good actress, it would
mm-hmm.
have to be Langsbury.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Angus Langsbury, who is known for rest in peace to her too. That was a tragic loss.
Right.
Or Mary Kay Bergman.
Mm,
Another again, another, like Mary Kay Bergman. She put like we wouldn't have Grey DeLisle, Tara Strong,
mm-hmm.
Cat Susie, but without Mary Kay Bergman.
Right.
Rest in peace to her. Like she committed suicide. Like
Yeah.
the way I see Mary Kay Bergman, I see her as like the Frank Welker.
Mm-hmm.
The Frank Welker, because Frank Welker was in every cartoon, including Mel Blanc.
Yeah, Melbourne. Yeah.
Mel Blanc. He was also in every cartoon. Every cartoon.
Yeah.
He's known for like he's mostly known for like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Then he did Heathcliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the voice for Heathcliff and
Yeah.
Heathcliff and the Captain Calic Cats. That was like a old school 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a it's a entertaining show. It's entertaining
Mm.
for what it is. Like it's not like nothing groundbreaking. It's just your average. It's just like your enjoyable '80s cartoon featuring like anthro animals.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. If you want something groundbreaking, um, a groundbreaking cartoon, Simpsons in its prime years.
I agree.
That's groundbreaking because Simpsons, like, the Simpsons paved the way for a lot of adult cartoons.
I agree. They did.
Like the obvious is Family Guy,
Mm-hmm.
then South Park. South Park paved the way for like very edgy, gross out shows.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no, well no, that's no, the Ren and Stimpy show did that first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy paved the way for gross out, violent cartoons like South Park, which yeah, South Park was very successful. Back in the
Yeah.
day, a lot of people did not like it
Mm-hmm.
at first because they saw it as like their show. When you look at the show, excuse me, when you look at the show, it feels like it feels like a kids show because of how it looks,
Yeah.
and if a lot of people mistake it for a kids show because of how crude and choppy it looks,
Yeah.
how crude and choppy the animation is.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they walk, they only hop.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they just slide because Trey Parker and Matt Stone, like they intentionally made it bad.
Right.
Like the animation, the animation in South Park is very poor,
Yeah.
but it's poor because South Park was originally made with construction paper.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like Trey Parker and Matt Stone didn't have like actual animation experience, but compared to something like Seth MacFarlane or Matt Groening,
Mm-hmm.
because they enjoy stylistic suck, which means like a TV show or a cartoon or a webtoon has like one of the crappiest art styles,
Yeah.
but there's intentions to it. For example, with 12 Ounce Mouse, that had a very crude, a very crappy art style, very crappy animation,
Yeah.
but there was intent to it. It
Right.
it was surreal. South Park's animation is crappy, very
Mm-hmm.
crappy, but because it's very jerky. It's not like fluid, but that's the main point.
That's true.
It was cut. They're trying to go for that cutout style. And each episode of South Park, and another thing is that each episode of South Park, it's done in 6 days,
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
huh?
That's pretty fast. They get it done in 6 days.
Yeah, they're done it. They're done in 6 days. 6 days, sometimes at times 3 to 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah, one because of the animation style, one because of the crappy, poor animation style, and two because of and two because they're trying to like South Park is very topical.
Right.
Like they try to like to be on uh, ahead of things.
Yeah,
Whereas Family Guy and The Simpsons, it takes months to produce.
that's true.
That and Rick and Morty,
Wow.
yeah. And when I know I keep going back, but when Velma, and when the show Velma said that when they did that 420 joke saying that, oh, it's it's a code for adults who still watch cartoons like that.
Right.
You
Wow.
do realize that that animation is not just for kids, right?
Exactly.
It's for everybody. Like
Yeah.
animation is a medium, whether it be TV animation or web animation, it's a medium.
Right.
And I just hate that. Like, oh, cartoons are for kids. No, not all of them are.
No, not all of them.
Not all cartoons are for kids, whether it be web or not,
To me, if a
or
cartoon
just satire, or just satire videos. Like,
cartoon looks, if it,
yeah, it's just
I'm gonna watch it regardless.
like imagine if imagine if one parent buy them Frisk the Cat
Right.
and they thought it was a kids film, and
Hmm.
when the kids saw that film and they saw all the sex in it,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be the parents' fault, not the
Exactly.
kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't blame the kids. It's your own fault
Exactly.
for exposing your kid to that stuff.
Yep. You're right about that.
And that's the thing. Like, and that's why I hate. Like, why do parents blame their kids for watching the show, for watching a movie or show that they know, the parents know that is inappropriate for them?
Exactly.
That's ironic.
Hmm.
That's well, ironic and hypocritical too.
I agree. But I honestly, I don't care what if a show is like animated or whatever. Like if it's for kids, honestly, I'll still watch it. I don't know. That's just me. If it is,
Yeah,
as long as the story and stuff looks good, if it piques my interest, I'll still watch it. So
mm, yeah, yeah. Look at a show. An example I know is Rocko's Modern Life.
yep,
I mean, that show was for that show's that's a kids show, but one thing about Rocco is that it appealed to both kids and adults.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, more so adults because the adult humor,
Like,
but it still had kids in mind because it's still a kids show regardless. I mean for a kids show, that was one of the first times. I mean, that was one of the first times you actually saw blood.
right,
Yeah, they did show blood in in that show sometimes. In some blood in that show sometimes,
yeah,
but like well Ren and Stimpy did, but the difference is that Ren and Stimpy was more for adults.
True.
Like the way I see it, I see both shows that Ren and Stimpy was an adult show
Hmm.
disguised as a kids show.
Right.
Rocko's Modern Life Rocko's Modern Life was a kids show disguised as an adult show.
Hmm.
Disguised, yeah. And I mean, SpongeBob showed blood too sometimes.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, yeah, it did show blood sometimes.
Yep.
One where SpongeBob was poking Squidward's heart, and the other time where Squidward's toenail got ripped off,
Hmm.
which is pretty graphic for a kids show.
Right.
They even showed it.
Wow.
No detail was spared, and that's the thing. Like in the older, like when the show was done in cells, like cell animation, like when the show was done in cell, like there was slapstick, but it was tame.
Right.
Now when it came to digital, it was much more pronounced,
True.
much more pronounced. Like you actually see their organ, like not that the pre, not that the old episodes had episodes where you did show organs,
Yeah.
but it was much, but it was sparingly. That's the difference. It was used sparingly in
Hmm.
the later seasons. It became much more pronounced.
Yeah. I would have to agree 100% with that.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Stephen Hillenburg, though.
Yes.
Like, let his legacy live on. Like that's the thing with SpongeBob. Like, even if it's crappy now, like, but the Patrick Star show,
Hmm.
like SpongeBob was one of the pinnacles of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Like next to Rugrats, next to Rocco, Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob, like they were pinnacles
Hmm.
of Nickelodeon. Like Rocko's Modern Life, it paved the way for shows like yeah, SpongeBob. Like I said, SpongeBob. But then also, but then Joe Murray also did Camp Lazlo,
Right.
which is a show that I really enjoy. Like I love Camp Lazlo.
That one,
Like,
I've seen that one.
huh?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was a Cartoon Network show.
Okay.
One like a clap, very. It's pretty underrated. It's pretty underrated, but it was still to me it's a classic.
Right.
I love Camp Lazlo, and then he did a PBS Kids show called, which is Let's Go Luna.
Mm.
That's a PBS Kids that's a PBS Kids show that he did. And
Yeah.
out of all the three, Let's Go Luna was his. Let's Go Luna was his. Well, Let's Go Luna is his most. Is his tamest work
Right.
because it's in that preschoolers,
Yeah.
so it has to be very tame, very tame.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: just because a work is tame or mild doesn't mean it's bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there are adult cartoon there are adult cartoons that are actually very mild, very tame,
True.
like Dilbert,
Oh, yeah.
Baby Blue, Dilbert, Baby Blues,
Yeah.
like those type of shows.
Yeah. Dilbert was pretty.
Bob's Burgers, like that was like that's tame compared to like stuff like South Park and Family Guy and The Simpsons.
No doubt. No doubt at all.
How another good show. Hey Arnold.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Hey Arnold. Asked to by Ginger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asked to by Ginger. That's underrated too. That's way underrated.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. How do you feel about Dodie?
Man, it was alright.
The character Dodie.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's alright.
Well, she's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to Dodie, I have my issues with her, major issues with her.
Yeah.
Like she's basically Dejanay. Like if you know the Proud Family,
Yeah.
Dejanay, she's like Dejanay if she was white.
Right.
Like that's how I see Dodie. She's white Dejanay,
Yes.
and Dejanay is black Dodie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, what I mean, Dodie is not like evil, evil. She's more like that person that just makes bad decisions.
Yep.
A lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, it's like you don't learn from them.
Like always throwing her friends under the bus, lying, doing all that stuff. Like yeah,
Mm.
like she's very self-centered, very spoiled. But all of that contributes to how her mother. Because if you know, like Joanne, like and I said this before when Reg did his Rock Smart Life review
Yeah.
that the reason why Jodie acted the way she does was because of Joanne, her mother,
Yep.
and because in About Face, she went to school. Joanne, her mother, Dodie's mother, she went to school
Mm-hmm.
dressed up as a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, About Face. Yeah, she went to her school dressed up as a teenager. Because the reason why, because Joanne wanted to come up. Joanne, when she was young, she always craved popularity. So Joanne
He
Bishop,
did.
I saw by Ginger. Joanne Bishop.
I feel like some cartoon characters are like the same way. They crave that popularity.
Yeah, but that was taking it too extreme. I couldn't find. I'm trying to find a picture, but I'll say okay. About Face. I'll do About Face. That was where Dodie had that conversation where saying things like, "Oh, why are you being so pop?" Like, okay, that's her right there. That's right. That's Joanne right there, where she is dressed up as a teenager, and she wants to be like the most popular girl in school, and because when she was young, she wanted to be the most popular girl, but she couldn't have any of that. So that's where Dodie gets it from. All that from her mother. So in a way, you do feel some sympathy for her, for Dodie, but given all the stuff that she did, it's kind of hard. But the best character in that show, but the best character in that show, her, Courtney. Hey, Mike. Mm. Courtney. That's the best character, Courtney. Hey, Mike. Hmm. Let me type. Ooh. That's the best character in that show, Courtney. Hands down, one of the best characters. Oh, his internet's down. I'll wait for. Okay, there. That it.
Yo,
All right.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. The internet problems,
Yeah.
but still, like the best character in that show is Courtney.
Uh-huh.
That's one of that's the best character in that show, Courtney Griffin,
Mm.
and one of Ginger's truest friends. Yeah,
Okay.
that's Ginger's real best friend, her real best
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
and Macy too. Macy too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But that's one thing about as to Ginger, that the characters are human. They're not. They're human,
Right.
and one of the few shows that actually has continuity, and
You
the
said
characters actually. Yeah, yeah. The show is very consistent with its continuity.
right.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes it does get a little a little fickle.
Yeah.
But from a but for a majority, it's it's very consistent with its continuity with the story, because it's it has a flowing narrative.
Right. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing with my story, The Cat in Fear. Like have it like it'll be episodic,
Mm-hmm.
like episodic at first, but as the story goes on, it'll have more of a narrative.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah, it's so it start off episodic,
Mm-hmm.
but then afterward it's gonna pick up the pay, but afterward it's gonna have a narrative.
Right.
So
Okay. Mm.
like a narrative, like a flowing narrative.
Right. Mm.
No, so this is part two. Well, so my so chapter one it's gonna be a three-parter. It's
Mm.
a three-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a three-parter story. So this is the story right here. It's a three-parter story.
Mm.
So this is part two.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the art style?
I like the art style. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah, what what reminds you of?
It's kind of like a vintage, like cartoons that used to be like great back in the day, like the old style cartoons and stuff. Kind of reminds me of that. Back then, cartoons was like watchable and very
Like
creative.
still like still a still animation feel to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, like having it, but having like a slightly modern spin on it,
exactly.
but still keeping that cell look,
Yep.
that '90s vintage look.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I used the retro brush
Mm-hmm.
tool, the retro brush tool, and then I used the Baskerville tool, and then for like to darken the like to darken like the picture, and then bring us and then bringing back some light. I use like the grain,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the retro style grain.
Yeah. Yeah, which I like. I like the look, like the grainy feel to it. Like I'm thinking of that, but in like HD though, kind of like modernized.
Yeah, kind of reminds you of South Park a little bit too.
Yeah, yeah, shades of it a little bit.
Yeah, because South Park is still one of the, like South Park is very easy to make
True.
because one is done in 6 days,
Yeah, that's true.
and another because the characters, they're geometric shapes. They don't have like yeah, they're geometric shapes.
Right.
Yeah. So this is Leonard, the dog. Like that's Leonard. He's the oldest of
Mm-hmm.
the four. So Eddie is so the characters ages are Eddie Eddie he's 24, Clyde's 25, Leonard's 35, and then
Mm.
Hunter he's the youngest. So Hunter he's 18.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Hunter's 18. So he's out of like high school. He's in college age. He's a college age student.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Eddie, and so Eddie, he's the kind-hearted. He's the nicest of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like the nicest, but he does have a temper. Like he does have a vicious temper when he's
Right.
like when he's being annoyed, when he's annoyed, or when he's like irritated, or when life creates more problems for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does have a vicious temper, but he's also a very nice, very sweet, very kind, if a bit cowardly cat.
Right.
And you have Leonard the dog. Leonard is his best friend right there. That's Leonard the dog right there. He's the grumpy, sarcastic, kind of irritable, but very blunt, but he's also very kind-hearted. He's a very caring person. He's also Eddie's best friend,
Mm-hmm.
his real friend too. Then you have, then there's Clyde, who is the rabbit. Clyde, he's the reckless. He's very energetic. He's very loud, immature. Very like he's very like he's basically he's the loud, very immature type.
Mm-hmm.
And his best friend is Hunter, who is the pig, who's the studious. He's more down to earth.
Right.
But there are moments where he can be a bit manipulative himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so he's also and he's best friends with Clyde, who is the rabbit, and Hunter's the pig.
Oh,
Yeah, so they're best friends.
yeah.
And then Damien, he's the little demon that like he's very playful. Like that's Damien right there. He's like the black demon. He's very playful. He's cheerful. Basically, he's like the kid appeal character
Mm-hmm.
because he's very young. Like because he's very childish. He's very childish, very kiddish, very young. Like he acts like a child
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Wow.
So this the two-parter. The third parter, the last part is gonna be it's gonna be released on Tapas in May.
Okay.
So I got so I got enough time to create the final chapter.
Right.
Well, not the final part.
Mm-hmm. Now, how long did it take you to do these?
It took me wow. So it, so the way I do it, so it takes me like a few days to do it. Well, not a few. Well, the first time, the first chapter I did the very first time I did, well, not very first time. Well, when I first started my chapter one, it it was all the way back in the very first chapter right here. So the very first chapter I started on that was 9 months ago. So from
Mm-hmm.
9 months, that was May 4th, 2022. That's where I published, well, not published, that's where I post my artwork on for Affinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I post my artwork. And going all the way back and going all the way into the previous into the days year 2023. So I'll say from May, June, July, August. Okay, it's like 8. So yeah, 8.
8. Wow.
8 months. Yeah. So this is my so this is my pre my so this is my recent
Yeah.
panel right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my recent panel that I released. So and I posted this on January 18th, 2023.
Yeah.
So not that long ago. So it's 11 days
Mm-hmm.
ago. So this is my recent one. So it's so it was from May to January. From May 2022 to January 2023.
Wow.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 months.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's shit. As long as you
Yeah. So I post them on for Affinity, and then the way I do it, I go to Tapas.
yeah.
So I go to tap so I go to Tapas
Mm-hmm.
right here. I go to Tapas. Go log in. So here's my dashboard.
Wow.
So the way I do my episodes is I'm doing an example. So the way I do my episodes. Oh, hold on, no. I'm gonna go back. Edit. I'm gonna edit it. Edit. There you go. Edit. And this is how I do this is how I do my episodes. So here's how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
These are the upload files.
Yeah.
So I upload them, but first I go to online 300 by 300 image converter to convert the image
Right.
to the maximum width of 940 pixels, and the maximum capacity is 20 MB, 20 megabytes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's the size and the width of the image. That way it could fit.
Okay.
Yeah. And and when you and when you so so how I do mine is I drag my pictures off. I drag my pictures from the internet and onto the desktop,
Right.
and then I upload the picture by clicking upload,
Mm-hmm.
and then choose a picture, and then change the size to it size to
Right.
make a match.
Right.
Yeah, and then after I'm done changing the changing the size, I download the image,
Mm-hmm.
and then I post the image on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
and sometimes and also not sometimes, and also and when you're done, you can add an episode, like an episode, and you can do the schedule, the schedule date. So I'll say I'll do May 12th. That'll be Friday. Yeah, May 12th. So that would be. I'll schedule it at approximately. I'm gonna do 10 or 9, 18, 12, 20 p.m. or 12:20 p.m. or a.m. That'll be midnight. So I'll do this. So I'll just schedule the event, and here's how and here's I'll do the description. There's the description and the mature content. So the Cat and Fear is ready for is ready everyone. So it contain it make so it's ready for everyone. So it's contain cartoon or fantasy violence, mild language, but it's still suitable for general audience. Yeah.
Yo.
So that's what I was saying. So that's what I was saying. So you can also like add a schedule to your episode, and
Yeah.
add a schedule to your episode. So the latest will be latest for this one will be May 12th, 2023. So that'll be one February. So February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, February. So it'll be one, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 months. That means
Oh,
4 months.
yeah.
So and here you can just drag and drop your files here. And this is the side guideline where you have to. So the maximum capacity is 20 megabytes, and the maximum width is 940 pixels.
Right.
So and there's no height limitations.
Oh, wow.
And this the thumbnail size. The thumbnail size is 300 by 300 pixels.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the description, and this the mature content.
Okay.
So this is everyone. So the Cat and Fear. So the Cat and Fear is rated everyone. So it may contain cartoon or fantasy violence in mild language,
Mm-hmm.
but should be suitable for general audience. So
Okay.
basically, PG is a PG story.
Right. Nothing
So
wrong with
yeah, it's a PG. It's a PG story.
right.
Like it has fantasy violence, like slapstick violence,
Mm-hmm.
some mild language here and there,
Yeah.
but nothing too like outrageous.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are the details, and that's the banner right there.
Wow, wow.
And this the artwork illustration for the and this the artwork the artwork illustrations for the series.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. So, and this is the artwork for the series,
Mm-hmm.
the illustrations for the series.
Those looks pretty dope, bro.
Yeah, capturing that like it's capturing that 80s 90s feel to it, that 90s vintage look.
Right.
Yeah, that cell animation look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's my story so far right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, bro.
Yeah, so it's like it's a horror
Mhm.
story. Like it mixes both horror and comedy, and it's all about them just coping with their fears,
Right.
whether it be mundane, like work, or dealing with like a,
Mm-hmm.
or dealing with death,
Exactly.
or like dealing with work, death, or dealing with dealing with the hardships of life. But it can also be supernatural, like
Right.
monsters, ghouls, demons, you
Yeah.
name it.
That's
So
what's.
it's a horror comedy
Mm-hmm.
fantasy with, and it's also a slice of life story.
Right.
There gonna be times where I will take I will take breaks from like the when the characters are dealing with their fears,
Uh-huh.
and just dealing with everyday life,
Exactly.
just to balance it out.
Yeah, you gotta have that
Yeah, because
too.
it's a slice of life story, so it's gonna balance out all the craziness that they're dealing with.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to hit that sweet spot, that
Yeah.
calm spot.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So,
So, what are your plans for the rest of the night?
um, might do some laundry. Maybe, maybe do a load of laundry, and then probably I'm gonna try to watch a movie, but I'm not sure. But most likely, I might go to bed after this laundry. What about you?
Um, for the rest of the night, I'll just play. I'll just have a little free time
Right.
before I hit the hay. But I do have to take the trash. Well, I had to take the trash out,
Mm-hmm.
and just I already I already put the trash cans to the road.
Right.
I did it in the morning so that I don't have to do it late at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take the trash and just dump and just put it in the trash bin. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Yeah. And when I go to bed, I'll just listen listen to some music,
Right.
like your like Marvin Gaye, like music,
Yes. Music. Music. Oh,
like
yes.
Marvin, like Marvin Gaye. I'm gonna listen to some Marvin Gaye when I might go to sleep,
There you go.
or maybe Otis Redding.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, maybe I'll listen to both. Well, I'll listen to Marvin Gaye first, and then Otis Redding will
Right.
be will be Monday midnight. Well, it's already Monday midnight, but
Yeah.
I'll say Tuesday midnight.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome though.
All right. So for my next story, it'll be called. So my next story is gonna be called "The Kids of Butler Academy," and
Mm,
that'll be an action comedy drama
mm-hmm.
coming of age story. It'll also be a slice of life story too.
Okay.
It's just about kids growing up.
Right.
And
Okay.
so So for the from my so for the setting for the story, so the setting for the kind of fear is set in High Point, High Point, North Carolina,
Okay.
which is where I live. High Point, North Carolina. That's the setting for the show, for the not show, for the series, which
Oh,
that'll be, and that'll also be the setting for the Kids of Butler Academy.
right.
So it'll take place in the same in the same world, but there'll be different stories, very different stories.
Yeah.
One is aimed at like the kind of fear it is aimed at kids, and the Kids of Butler Academy is aimed at adults,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
teenagers and adults.
Man, that's what's up.
But it's gonna have that. But with the Kids of Butler Academy, it's gonna have that like very lighthearted, very sweet natured, very calm feel to it. Like
Right.
not like it's not gonna be all like mean spirited, like rude, mean spirited, or say like, it's not gonna be no sadist show.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like a very calm, very sweet, very gentle adult series. It's just used for adults. Like, do you know the show called Bluey?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, Bluey. It's like Bluey
Okay.
with the like how Bluey is like very calm, very sweet, very gentle, very
Mm.
the characters are very nice to each other. They're
Right.
not always a dickhead to each other like how Velma portrays their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how, and that's the approach I'm going
Okay.
for the Kids of Butler Academy. Like, it'll uh, occasionally you'll have like some like like some mean spiritedness here and there, but not too much.
Right.
And like your average adult cartoon, it's gonna like not adult well, your average adult, well, series aimed at adults, it's gonna have like some occasional like profanity, some like sexual scenes, some mild sexual scenes here and there, but not too
Right.
much, not too
Exactly.
overt. Like, yeah, but it's gonna be like a very calm, very gentle series.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right, read one more comment. Mike said, or Ryan said, Mike, have you watched Eddie Murphy's new movie, You People?
Yeah, I saw that. That was that was actually solid. I I liked it, but I felt like the jokes I felt like was a little too tamed. And if this came out around the time Eddie Murphy was big, he would have made it more funnier. It would have been it would have been like real less tame. So I actually liked it. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a pretty solid movie.
yeah. I, when it comes to Eddie Murphy, I'm more of a fan of Doctor Doolittle, Nutty Professor.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Shrek. Like Eddie Murphy, or give me what was another one? Yeah, Doctor Doolittle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Little Man. Was he a
Mm.
little? I think Little Man. Yeah, Little Man. Or give me the daycare.
Oh yeah, daycare. Yeah.
Yeah, give me that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that one. Yeah, I mean, that's the Eddie Murphy I know. Like very rambunctious,
Right.
very loud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't forget Norbit. Norbit, yeah,
Oh,
Norbit.
Norbit. Yeah.
That was also a very funny movie.
Mm.
Like, I understand that Eddie Murphy can be a hit or miss, but
Right.
he can be a hit or miss. but I love him because he
Yeah.
just sets everything for like other comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, Coming to America is another one.
Give me any Eddie Murphy movie that he made in the 80s.
Huh?
I said, give me the Eddie Murphy that any movie that he made in the 80s. Yeah, I can watch those all
Let
day.
me Eddie Murphy movies in the 80s. Okay.
Yep, like 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop,
Movies in the 80s. Oh,
Stay Play.
80s. Okay, okay. So in the 80s he made, yeah, he made Trading Places. Yeah, Trading Places, Coming to America. He did Beverly Hills Cop, Harlem Nights. I don't think I saw Harlem Nights. I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Trading Places. I don't think I have. Trading Place. The Golden Child.
That was,
I've never seen that. Yeah, his films are hit or miss.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm more of a Shrek, Norbit,
Mm,
Day Care. I'm more of those type of films, like Nutty Professor type of films.
right.
But I'm not gonna lie, the character he portrayed, Buddy Love, very handsome, very fine, but too bad he's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he does look fine though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy always look fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but get oh, I'm gonna show you the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a DreamWorks film. So the bad guys. Right there. That's the bad guys right there.
Let's see.
That's a
Oh,
dream. It's a DreamWorks, a recent DreamWorks film. Well,
okay.
it came out 1 year ago, so it's still recent. It's still brand. It's still new. It's still recent.
Okay, yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, yeah. It came out 1 year.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
It's very good. Like
Okay.
it's like if you watch Zootopia, because they both deal with like the similar issues, like how how society treats you.
Mm-hmm.
Like but then Zootopia is more is like it's on racism. They
Right.
use animals as a way to explore racism,
Mm-hmm.
like how bunnies can't be cops because bunnies are very small,
Right.
or foxes can't be trusted because foxes are known to be sly and sneaky.
Right.
And that's the thing with the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
How Mr. Wolf, Snake, Tarantula, Shark, Piranha, all of them were treated as the bad guys because Mr. Wolf, like wolves are very savage. Sharks, piranhas, tarantulas are very dangerous, and so are snakes.
Right.
They're very dangerous. So they play them cards like so that's how they so basically they're saying that if that's how the world treats us, then we're gonna play the cards.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's basically about prejudice
Mm-hmm.
against prejudice and how society treats you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to end the stream here?
Um. Yeah, we can go ahead and end it.
Okay. All right. So this is Ray Sean Butler. This is just a chill live stream. Just sit back and relax. And this is my homeboy Mike.
Yay, yay.
And the girl that I talked to earlier, her name is Taylor, or also known as the fierce, apathetic, apathetic Black Queen. Yeah, that's her YouTube name.
Okay.
And you can go and subscribe to her channel. She's very good. She's a very good YouTuber. And yeah, she's black as well. She's black as well. So thank you all for listening to this live stream, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.